Hello everyone, I am Johnny Massacre and this is the Cheeky Livestream number 148. We're live in Tokyo. It is 9:56 PM, the perfect time for black coffee, liquid gold baby, and of course cheeky cigar. We've got a little range here, look at that, beautiful is it not? Which one are we going to smoke? Maybe we should do a little vote. Look at this bad boy. Look at that. This is an American cigar. I've never had one of those before. But I think we're going to have to get busy with one of those. What's up, Brad? See you in dem comments. How's the volume of the music? This is my live vlogs, just where I chat itchay about my life because I want to. But really, it's like OJ Ogunray on Aeroid Stays, where you are the guest. I don't have a guest on, you're the guest. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I've got some cheesy music on. It's copyright-free music. Does it work? It's kind of cheesy, right? What am I going to smoke? That's the question. What am I going to smoke? Alright, let me choose one. I kind of want to smoke this because it just looks so mad. It doesn't smell very good, I've got to say. I think we're going to smoke this one. Davidoff Grand Cru.
Chris Campbell says your stream is buffering occasionally. It was last time too. Did you change something?
That's you, mate. That's not my stream. I just dropped the Wi-Fi as well, so it should be super duper smooth. But I'm looking at it on my end and it looks smooth. Looks smooth as butter, baby. I appreciate the feedback though. Is that your New Zealand internet?
Brad W says, cool waters.
Brad, I see you just saying madness on X. You are Mr. Shadowban, aren't you? Holy, gotta be so careful with this. I get so much cut anxiety when I cut these things. Better to start small. Whoa, okay. That was okay. No. That kind of worked out. Hope. Got to use my fingernails for this. Oh no, that's looking quite
Chris
good.
Campbell says, not having the problem with other streams though.
Really? Just on YouTube? Just on the YouTubes? Okay, I think we've done alright with this cut. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing real good. Oh my lord. Am I ever happy about this? We got Batman cigar cutter, which I super love. Alright, ready to rock, roll and rumble. The music.
No, Starlink is fine. I can stream and watch my stream at the same time, or watch 4 YouTube videos or some other kind of videos at the same time.
Really? This music's terrible, isn't it? So bad. I can't smoke a cigar to bad music. There must be something good in here. Orchestral. That's a bit melancholy. Relaxing. Right, who makes this? Indian music. Bro. Endless Storm. Yeah, sounds like it. Happy house music. Bro, I can't. Who's making this stuff? Yeah, we can't be playing this. Okay, copyright free YouTube classical music is what we want. Classical music. Copyright free classical. Hell yeah. It better be copyright free. It's just too... It's too epic. Bro, what is this? Yeah, okay. Copyright free music is copyright free for a reason, because it's bad and there's no demand for it. Mozart copyright free classical music. Alright. This could be good, if true. Now that's what I'm talking about. Kerr. Oh yes. I'm all about this. Feeling that? I'm feeling that. So we're live on YouTube, X, Kick, Twitch, and Rumble, Bumble, Stumble, Piping Hot, Apple. What? Apple Crumble, yo. Oh my lord. Dude, you know what? No battery. Maybe Chris was telling the truth. Oh shit, wait, where is that? Oh my lord. Mate. We're saving.
Chris Campbell says what's on the docket for today.
On the docket? I'll show you what's on the docket, my man. I'll show you exactly what's on the docket. On the docket for today, for tonight, is black coffee, a Davidoff Grand Cru. This looks good. That's what's on the docket, and probably maybe some Bloodborne gaming. Seriously considering getting back into Bloodborne. Probably in the next hour or so. Depending how this stream goes. If it's too exciting, we just stay locked in this stream. Keeping it cheeky. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Maybe got the tunes rolling. If the tunes get too loud, please let me know. Alright. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Oh, Nicholas. The man like Nicholas. What is up, man? You still alive in Tokyo? I'm alive, Kerr. Mate, you gotta raid me with your amazing followers. How did you get any followers on Twitch? It's nearly impossible, Kerr. Okay. Oh my lord. Okay, I deserve this. Davidoff Grand Cru. Kanagawa, you got a bigger place out there. Actually, do you know what? I'm not gonna smoke this. I'm gonna smoke my favorite one. Let's smoke a different one, because I got to do it. Oh my lord. Okay. Let's not screw this up, yeah? Oh, I'm getting better at this cutting business. This cutting game. Oh my god. very big, right by Zushi Beach. I know what you're doing this summer. Bro, my 6-pack is on. It's actually going to happen by July the 1st. Man, I'm going to catch you down there then. Right? Let's add Nick to the VIPs. I like the way your name has a CH in it. Okay, you're in the VIP list, mate. You made the cut.
Simon Nicholas says, legend.
What a legend. Legends only. Oh. Right.
Chris Campbell says, I thought I was halfway to my 6-pack but then realized the last part takes forever.
See, this is actually a thing. That is actually a real thing. I'm getting reasonably close. But it's, you basically, I'm not one to give advice, but my feeling is, you know when you're locking in and you're I mean, Nicholas in the comments, he knows about that shit. He's basically like a semi-pro swimmer. He really, really understands. But I feel that you know when you're locking in, when the diet gets hard and the training gets hard, as long as you're being sensible with scheduling the training and the dieting and nutrition and all that, and as long as you're sensible with scheduling the training and with your nutrition, you can feel when it's you're in the kind of optimum state for the 6-pack. And you know, as soon as you start eating a little bit more, you can feel your body gets out of that state, or train a little bit less, or you know when you're just starving your body enough and just doing enough training, and you can just feel the calories burning off. You've got to stay in that state, but your body has to readjust to get into that, and it doesn't like going into that space. All right. Woo! Winning with a capital dub. Oh.
Chris Campbell says, I'm losing weight slowly and steadily, not really trying to go fast or I might lose muscle, not even difficult so far, but then again, my nickname at high school was Hologram.
Hologram, that's a wicked nickname, Kerr. That's a wicked nickname. The Hologram. Chris the Hologram Campbell. Oof. Feels good. Yeah, losing the muscle is a real thing, because the only time I had a 6-pack, I was at 79.5 kilograms, which is ridiculously light. I looked like a UFC fighter who was cutting to a weight that he shouldn't be cutting to. I looked sick. I still look great, but it just looked a bit too much. And now I'm about 86 or just 85.8, down from 90. So basically lost 4 kilograms in like just over like about 4.5 weeks. And I think AI was telling me at around 83 to 84.5, you don't want to go too much lower than that, you're going to lose muscle. And I don't want to, because I feel like this is actually an optimum weight for me. This feels like how I should be. And any more than that, I don't mind getting quite gaunt as long as I have the six-pack, but I would like to keep some of the strength, because I can still do 30, 100 kilogram bench presses. I don't want to lose that, and I'm pretty sure I'll lose that if I go under 84.5, or absolutely if I go under 83. So I'm saying to ChatGPT, how am I going to get the six-pack if I don't and keep the strength? And it's telling me that I can, but I'm saying if I increase my calories and its maintenance level, then how am I going to get the six pack? It's the eternal quest. But anyways, it's going quite well, and I'm keeping the faith.
iForce2D says, I had to switch over to Twitch. YouTube is unwatchable on both my computers.
I wonder why that is. Mozart. I wonder if this is going to trigger a copyright strike. So I think we're going to be bloodboarding tonight. Oh. Weather's really sweet in Tokyo at the moment. It's damp and there wasn't much sunshine today, but it's just so mild, and I'm appreciating every second of this. Usually it can get quite humid even in May because it's rainy season, but I'm really appreciating the mildness of it now. Hardly any humidity, a bit rare for this time, especially before the summer in July when it's going to be murderous humidity. June it will start getting real. I was reading a bit about cigars more. There's all these other cigars that I want to try. I'm getting into it too much. Basically 2 a week is the max.
Brad W says, I know summer was Christmas.
Summer was Christmas. Don't know about that, Kerr. Mate, Mozart in beast mode.
Brad W says, like Australia.
No. No, it's not. Summer is not Christmas in Japan, and I wish it were, because I love Christmas, and yeah, it's a vibe. Now, Christmas in Japan is the same time as it is in America. I think I've got cutting cigars pretty much worked out.
Brad W says, I meant winter.
What do you mean you meant winter? What does that mean? You meant winter was Christmas? Oh, I see what you mean. Dude, my brain isn't adapted for sarcasm at this hour on a Saturday night.
Brad W says, winter in Australia is July, August.
Oh, I see what you mean. How can that possibly be? No, it's the same. It's over here is normal. It's normal. It's normal. I just can't get over how good this cigar is. I'm freaking obsessed with it. Freaking obsessed. Brad, are we going to play some Bloodborne? What's happening, Brad? Brad, you were very quiet about your life. Are you just a private person? What are you up to? What's happening with business? I know you're up to some schemes.
iForce2D says, okay, I see. I'm using Brave browser which has built-in ad blockers enabled by default. The dev panel shows stream chunks being blocked. Then I turn off the ad blocker and it's fine. They must have changed something recently.
Yeah, I thought it was something on your end because I could see it on my end and mine was fine. Interesting. Yeah, weather in Tokyo is banging right now. Quite a few babes out there, quite a few babes. I'm just still feeling incredibly good. The magnesium glycinate, the diet, the training, just not being eating sugar and just feeling horrible. I mean, the difference is insane. Experimenting with caffeine. Yesterday I had 900 milliliters of caffeine, a 500 ml followed by a 390 ml. 900, nearly 890. Bro, I was wired.
Says, did you ever try creatine?
I didn't. Is that my next thing? Honest to God, mate. Nearly 900 mils of caffeine. It makes me go mental. Anxiety is like, it's high. And I just feel like a mess. My brain is just a mess. So I'm trying to establish my limits with coffee. I remember having 2 of these on a stream. And it was okay. 390 and 390. So 780. But if we go to, is it 390? 6, yeah, 780. But 500 plus 390, 890. Just another 110 grams is enough to send me west, I think. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I mean, coffee's a drug, man. I'm now becoming a legal drug addict. Coffee is mental, dude. Coffee is madness.
2D says, I tried creatine for a couple months back in the day. Seemed like it didn't do jack shit. Couldn't justify the cost to continue the experiment.
Interesting, yeah. There's so many things like that where you take it and you can't even detect if it's having any efficacy at all. The things which I would say I take and it's had efficacy. I listened to a podcast on Rogan and I think it was Huberman, and he recommended a bunch of things to do with vitamin B, but there's so many different kinds. And he said some people, their whole lives, they feel groggy or feel a little bit of anxiety, and you can actually completely turn it around if you're deficient by taking some of these things. So I just bought half of the things he was talking about, and it didn't have a profound effect, or maybe it did, but it had it's a very good effect. Various types of vitamin B. You can get it out if you want to see. And I take a fish oil. Always take that. And then the other thing, as I keep saying recently, is magnesium glycinate that Adrian recommended. That's a life-changing thing. Unbelievably strong. As in its positive effect.
Says was good.
Pfeffermilliog! I missed you, Pfeffermilliog. It's hard to survive without a Pfeffermilliog by your side. Bro, I was asking for you the last stream. Where's Pfeffermilliog? Pfeffermilliog. Did you get the notification on Discord? Pfeffermilliog. I'm considering getting a hamster. If I do, I know exactly what I'm going to call it.
Does the magnesium G help your vampire sleep cycle at all?
Well, something weird is happening. So you know I have a proclivity to stay up late, just like you. And you know when you stay up later than usual, let's say you go to bed 4 or 5, but you stay out till 7 or 8 for a few nights.
Says busy.
What you been up to?
Thefamiliog says yeah I get them but I don't always see them in time.
Cool. You see it today? So if you go to bed maybe 7 or 8 for a few nights, then you'll go to bed a bit earlier at 12 instead of 4 or 5. But then you'll wake up at like 4 a.m. or something, right? Or 5, and you're really awake. You think, oh, this is a good idea. I can sleep earlier than normal. But your body's used to going to bed at a certain time. But because you have been going to bed even later than that for a few days, you'll sleep earlier, but you won't sleep straight through. You'll wake up and confused like it's a nap. That's happened to me twice in the last 2 days. But here's the thing. I'll lie down and I'll feel like quite awake, especially today. I woke up, went to bed I want to sleep at midnight, but to avoid that. So I went to bed at the time I should go to bed, which is 4, wake up about 12. Woke up at 9, I was so awake. And I do this thing where I do these breathing exercises. I just breathe in and hold it, and it feels like I'm suffocating, and then I'll release really slowly. And is it parasympathetic shock or something? Doing that, sometimes that makes me feel really sleepy, but when I'm awake and I'm conscious of the fact I really need to sleep, therefore makes it harder to sleep. When I'm doing that breathing, it's having an effect, because when you feel like you're suffocating, you can only concentrate on the breath. But even so, I don't feel when I exhale really sleepy like I do when there's no pressure to get back to sleep. But I'll breathe like that for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it's bugging me because you have to focus on the breathing, and focusing feels like the opposite of what you should be doing when you need to sleep. You don't want to use any brain power to do anything. You just want to try to disappear and not focus at all. And I don't feel really that tired, and I'm concerned that I can't sleep. But then I will sleep, and I don't even remember a point where I'm going slowly falling asleep like usual. You can kind of remember when you're falling. I don't even remember. So I'm awake and then I'm back to sleep.
Ingesting abnormal amounts of caffeine, then it could be hard to tell what affecting what.
That's contributing massively. But is it the breathing or is it the magnesium glycinate? I think it's definitely both. The breathing helps, but since I take the magnesium glycinate, I definitely can sleep easier. I don't care if it's a placebo or what, and I'm pretty sure it isn't. It does various things, and it could be a placebo for some and not others, physical and mental. But the breathing and the magas, I mean, holy crap, dude. Love it. Super love. Here comes the baddies. What's up, Victoria? Gun glutton. Oh shit, this is the feedback that I needed. See, that's what I don't want to hear. Okay, this is the thing I'm worried about. Gun glutton says, I've been smoking cigars every day this week, and I've noticed my teeth are getting gross even when I brush, floss, and mouthwash 2 times a day. I need to cut back. That's the main thing. Does it also, it can't not make you age. Obviously it won't make you age as much as inhaling a cigarette, but it can't make your mouth look good and the laugh lines. That's the thing, it's gonna fuck. But you can use whitening, right? Can it counterbalance properly, or is it gonna look unnatural? Thefamiliog. The silent menace. Victoria, change your name back. Right, Mozart has to end. Not feeling the Mozart. Thefamiliog. Thefamiliog. What are you up to, Pfeffer? Can't you break the system? Can't you log in on a different browser?
Some more Resident Evil streams, bro.
Thefamiliog. I mean, we could start tonight. We could literally start tonight. The next one's number 4, GameCube number 4. Rock and roll. Keep it raw. It's going to be good. Don't close the door. You got to let Jill in, right?
W says, don't use mouthwash after brushing and don't rinse out toothpaste. Let it absorb.
Let it absorb. I'll let the toothpaste. I see what you mean. Keep it on your teeth. Is that going to help? Pfeffermilliog. Ha! Pfeffermilliog. Man, I love the family OG's mispronounced name on text-to-speech.
Pfeffermilliog says, just chilling. I was playing Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Right, there's so many games to play. Shit, Victoria giving me hope. What's up, Ajay? Victoria, how the hell do you get compliments on your teeth if you're always smoking? Pfeffermilliog. Pfeffermilliog. Gunglutton. Where's Gunglutton? Don't disappear, Gunglutton.
Pfeffermilliog says, hell yeah, I wanna see re4.
Pfeffermilliog. God. Don't be so ridiculous, Pfeffermilliog. I'm going to get a hamster and call it Pfeffermilliog. That's what I'm going to do. It makes complete sense. Mate, where's Gunglutton gone?
Brad W says 36 never had a cavity and my teeth are perfect.
Bastard.
Pfeffermilliog says do it lol.
Do it. Do what? What are we doing? Get a hamster and call it Pfeffermilliog? I think I might have to do that. Where's Gunglutton? Come back, Gunglutton. I want to talk to you, Kerr.
Pfeffermilliog says yeah, the hamster.
Let's roll. AI told me no hamster. You should never have more than one hamster. Even if it's the one where you kind of can, it's still a massive risk. Once they hit puberty, it's a bloodbath, it says. Pfeffermilliog. Where's Make My Shit the Chronic? Nuka Chronic. Where is he? Get your ass in here. Mate, the Gunglutton has disappeared. The Gunglutton has disappeared. Man, I tell you, setting up a camera is nearly impossible when it comes to consistency. I definitely look better on this stream than I did the last stream. This stream I look really good. The last stream I look like some fucked up addict. What is it with the lighting that does this and the camera setting? I think I have watched that movie. Yeah. What will I play today? It should really be Bloodborne, shouldn't it? We could go back to Kirby on the NES. Pfeffermilliog. We could... And also, we could get into Resident Evil, because why not? You gotta love Resident Evil. You've got to love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I really want someone to buy me an ashtray for Christmas, because these cheap cigar ashtrays, look how much real estate you get. Nothing in there. Nothing in there, cur.
Pfeffermilliog says I'd watch Resident Evil all day.
You love it. It's your favorite. Man, Resident Evil 0, I kind of see what people were saying about that. Were you saying it's like, it's just kind of, even though it's not good, it's still kind of weirdly good? Was it you who was saying that? Because I kind of feel that. I do miss that game. I do miss that a bit. Johnny in 4K with HDR. It's the same as last time. The thing is, the angle is not right. That line should be, but who cares?
Pfeffermilliog says I can agree with that, but not sure if I said that during the stream.
Pfeffermilliog, why are you not a moderator? Mate, Victoria, good excuse to go to the old, whatchamacallit, second-hand store.
Pfeffermilliog says it's different but good game.
Pfeffermilliog. Man, I think I remember Pfeffermilliog Pfeffermilliog. Yeah, no, it was the Pfeffermeister. It all started there. Man, Resident Evil 0 is what a interesting game.
Says it not mod because you have to make me one lol.
Pfeffermilliog. Is that so? Okay. Pfeffermilliog.
I have a turtle shell that I found in the woods and used as an ash.
Turtle shell, that would be great. Make my shit the chronic. Look who's here. I'm glad he's here. Alright. Here we go, y'all. I've got to show you something. I have got to show you something. So, I had a cappuccino today, and I asked them to make the foam resemble a great white shark breaching from the movie Jaws. Would you like to see what that looks like? Because it is something very cool from Tokyo that I'm sure is blowing up on TikTok. I'm going to show you right now. This is batshit banana crazy. You want to see this? Right? It looks so funny. Look at this cappuccino that I had today, yo. Freaking unbelievable. Look at that thing. Coming out the cup. Isn't Tokyo badass? Would you drink one of these? And if you could have one of these right now, it is Jaws. I showed him Jaws and I said, could you make it? If you could have one of these right now, what would you ask the artist to make for your 3D latte cappuccino hot chocolate? Do you think that's any good? It looks a little bit strained and in pain. It looks a bit sad, but I love it. How good is that? Cool, right? I might have a slightly different angle as well. Yeah, I do. I know. I think this one's even better. No, this is the real deal. This is the one. Look at it. Make my shit the chronic. How cool is that?
2D says he did a good job.
There you go, 3D latte. That's a cafe reissue in Harajuku if you want to get it when you come out here. Because it's difficult to get a seat, they've got a standing place nearby called Cafe Pocket. So share that with your friends, governor. Make my shit the chronic.
Thefamilion says I should move to Japan.
Just for those? Man, you can get a Resident Evil one. You can get a Resident Evil latte. That's what I should have asked for. That is what I should have asked for. You know what I'm saying? Make my shit the chronic.
Says that'd be awesome.
Here's one of
Thefamilion says get it next time.
Here's one of my friend did that of someone of his friend. The 2D one. The 2D one they can do more detail. That's pretty sick though, right? Make my shit the chronic.
Luca Chronic says we need the Pfeffermeister cappuccino art lol.
We need Nuka Chronic to be on every live stream just because, honest to God, this man has a freaking gift for writing shit. Everything he writes, it's witty. Your life improves just by reading what he says. There's a texture and a buoyancy to his prose. It's not just substance, which there is a lot of. It's the execution and the finesse of his prose. It's amazing.
iForce2D says, here in NZ it's pretty standard for them to draw a silver fern, but that's easy stuff.
Is it? Nuka Chronic. I love.
Luca Chronic says, thanks Johnny, love this stream.
I just love Nuka Chronic's comments, man. I love it. Also, Nuka Chronic's commentary on the Pfeffermeister is just amazing. The fictional Pfeffermeister. The fictional Pfeffermeister. The Pfeffermeister's here. The Pfeffermeister is here in the comments. Should I call my hamster the Pfeffermeister or Pfeffermilliog? I think Pfeffermilliog is more like a science fiction pet.
Pfeffermilliog says I am here.
Mate, Nuka Chronic, I need you to have a dialogue with, with the Pfeffermilliog. Oh my god. Music, not yet, mate, not yet, but it's coming, it's coming. I know I keep saying that, but it really is. It really is. It's coming. It's coming. Going to come. Name it science fiction pet SFP.
Nuka Chronic says, call him Pfeff for short and he can be the channel mascot.
Wolfenhouse, you're getting added to the VIPs so you can get the text to speech. Get ready. Right. Wolfenhouse, are you on the Discord? Wolfenhouse, why are you not a moderator? You're on the list, bruv. You're coming in. Go straight in. Don't worry about it, governor. Right, Wolfenhouse is also, not only is he a VIP, but he is now a moderator. I know he's awesome. There we go. Oh Lord. Wolfenhouse is a woman? What did I call you? Did I call you a masculine? Term of endearment. Wolfenhouse. Wolfenhouse sounds quite masculine though. Miss Wolfenhouse. That's pretty cool. That's like a reverse Little Red Riding Hood. So you're the female. You're a woman who has the wolf house. Mate, that would be a fucking plot twist. Is the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood is actually part of a team of wolves governed and pimped by some kind of female puppet master. Like a wolf whispering godmother? Is that what it's all about? I think I've misspelt your name on the VIP list, Kerr. Did I not add you? I didn't add you. Whoops. What is it? Wolf, 2 S's. Wolfenhouse. Guck mal. There you are. Okay, now you're getting read out. You're getting read out. I have lycanmorphosis. Many do. Lycanthropia. That's a very... Is that how you pronounce it? It's a very cool name for a werewolf. Make my shit the chronic. Yeah, this ashtray is way too... I need this turtle shell. Menace. Bro. Haven't played it yet. We actually could do that. We could, should. Bro, look what we got in here. We've got a Partagas, which I've never had. It's a Cuban, but I wanted to expand the Cuban. We got the Davidoff Grand Cru. This smells a little bit like the piss-soaked corner of a music festival. A bit ammonia. Look at this.
Johnny is the realest thing on these YouTube streets.
Thank you. We've got an American one called Christoph. It doesn't smell, but look at it though. Look at that. I don't know, it just looks cool. Right. Let's drink another coffee at 10:40 because I'm an addict. Right, this is gonna send me cuckoo crackerjack west. But fuck it. Is what I'm doing a bit fucked up? 2 of these in space of 45 minutes? Is that too much? Is that too much? Is that gonna make my shit the chronic? I'm such an addict. Wolfenhouse is real. Make my shit the chronic. I can't put X on.
Wolfenhorse says you are already chronic.
Chronic, yeah. I feel it's time to get a hamster, but I don't know if I can't go through the heartbreak of losing it's just, that was the, but then I feel like having had that really painful experience, it's therefore now my responsibility to preside over the short lifespan of an amazing hamster, thus being able to give it the life it deserves. Isn't that my responsibility now? Isn't that something meaningful to do? Isn't that something I should do? I think it is.
Nuka Chronic says, get a parrot. You can teach it to talk and it'll probably outlive you, lol.
You're gonna make me laugh, man.
Says adopt humans, not pets.
I mean, I came across, I'd like to think, as quite humble and caring with my hamster comment, but I'm going to shatter that now by telling you that just the idea of my pet outliving me pisses me off. I want to help it in its short life, but I don't want that fucker to outlive me, cur. That's biblical shit. Even in the Bible, in Genesis, it literally, I'm going to read it to you, cur.
Nuka Chronic says, a parrot on your shoulder echoing your make my shit the chronic would be peak, lol.
Mate, that fucking hell, that's actually probably worth it. But it's going to fuck up my apartment. I have to hide my holy Bible because when I bring woke leftist girls back, I don't want to trigger them. We'll have to explain. Bro, but do you know, it's a biblical archetypal thing, just dominating animals as humans. And the minute that shit's going to outlive you, it hurts the archetype in your brain of animals. It distorts the archetype, and that feels wrong. Listen to this, right? Do you want to hear what the Bible says about if you ever felt bad about animals, my meat-eating friends, just a little bit in your life, let me fix that for you, because the original text of humanity that built everything that you're standing upon said this about animals, right? Genesis 6. Genesis 6:19. Right, here we go, y'all. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. All right, sounds pretty innocent. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. Sounds pretty innocent. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee. This is the wrong fucking chapter. Hold on a minute. I'm going to tell you what we're saying about animals. The fuck is it? Oh, mate, it's on the first page of the Bible.
This says, Have you ever seen the Japanese man who takes his Galapagos tortoise for walks in Tokyo? That animal will outlive his grandchildren, lol.
No, but you know, Maturin, she would eat her turtle eggs that it would make. That is just... And she loves the turtle and she's eating its eggs. It's just, what the hell, Maturin? Wild. Okay, page 1 of the Bible. Genesis 1.
Brad W says, can't say fuck and read the Bible lol and I'm going to hell.
Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Animals are ours, cur. They are ours. They are ours. Listen to this. Listen to the vocabulary, right? And God blessed them. Genesis 1:28. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Bro, the animals are ours to eat. Don't feel guilty about eating that, cur. They are ours.
Wolf and Horse says confusion about animals will give you leucanmorphosis.
Sounds like a good deal. Yeah. We're just born to dominate animals and eat them all.
Chronic says, animals equals food from God.
It is. It just is. It just is. And you know it is. And you know it is. And that's why it's on the first page of the Bible. That's why it's on the first page. Is this too much coffee? Is it too much? Within 50 minutes? 2 times 390 mil? Mate, the Bible. Do you know what? The Bible, the words that it puts in italics, it feels like the wrong words. There's another bit about dominating animals, and it's pretty soon after that. Let's see if we can find it. And there were giants in the earth in those days. What were the giants? And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men. Who were the giants, man? They're giants in the Bible? Bro, we have dominion over animals, and we were born to subdue them. Bro, Noah was 600 years old, cur. That's pretty old.
Brad W says, Goliath and David.
Bro. Yeah, here we go.
Wolf and Horse says giants evil.
Probably. Basically, too long didn't read, we're supposed to eat animals. A lot of animals. Don't feel guilty about that. There's another part near the beginning where it talks about dominating animals. It just cracks me up, the vocabulary they use. Animals get a beat down in the in the Bible. Yeah, I started reading it. Oh, I think here we go.
Shane says, Nephilim, the giants, fallen angels. Had coffee yesterday. No cigars for me, but maybe some chronic.
Nancy's on the make her shit the chronic. You're on the chronic? Nancy, you're so cool.
Luca Chronic says, what is that noise in the background? Sound like someone rolling a snare drum, lol.
What that is me opening my doors to let this smoke out from this tiny little hotbox apartment. It's a train. I'm that close to the station. Nancy. Still haven't answered my question yet. Am I allowed to drink this? Am I allowed? Or should I wait?
Nuka Chronic says, oh, a train. That makes sense. I just assumed you had a neighbor that was an aspiring drummer, lol.
No. What's up, Deathclaw?
Jedi says morning.
Morning. How are the carbs? Speaking of animals, this man is slaughtering. We're talking about slaughtering animals, Deathclaw. Deathclaw, are you a man of God? Listen, y'all. I got to talk to you about something. Real talk coming, like a freight train. Got to talk to you about something. Listen, yeah. Listen up. So, listen. I'm a libertarian. If you were to pigeonhole me on the political spectrum, it would be center right or whatever. But you know what? Listen.
Deathclaw Jedi says yes and no. I believe, but I am a piss poor example of a Christian.
Recently, I've been meeting a lot of lefties, people who just will say trash about Trump without even trying to gauge whether you're on their side or not. Like, these people are on some kind of mission, and it's how to say it. They're so certain in their beliefs that, and they're so wrapped up in their beliefs, they can't countenance that someone might think differently to them and take offense. That doesn't even enter their mind because they're so convinced they're right. But honest to God, some of these people that I met who are like that and would just talk shit on Trump immediately, they are some of the nicest people, the most loving people, and I get so much from conversation with them. I met these people today, and I was just talking about their life and the hardships that they've been through, and I was getting so much amazing insight from them, and they were the perfect people. And it's like flicking a switch. As soon as it becomes political, suddenly the gap between us just widens, and I don't need to talk about it to people I've just met, and I don't. But that tells me that even though their political beliefs seem insane to me, and it's definitely vice versa for them, we should definitely, and this is cliched, but we should try not to meet them in the middle, but try to understand that they probably see us as insane as we see them politically. And it can't be the case that they're completely wrong on all counts, categorically, because that leads to tyranny. It's one mode of thought, everybody else is wrong. And even if they are way off the mark of truth, there's probably some kernel in there that makes sense, or there's an argument for, as hard as it is to see that. Honest to God, in that one moment where someone cusses Trump, I'm thinking, well, you don't want Trump. That means you wanted millions and literally tens of millions of illegals to come in. You've seen all the I'm statistics stay regarding that, and you know how that's going to turn America into a unway RT pay 8 stay. And it's complete destruction of America if you're going against the Trumpster. It's really hard to see any part of that argument.
iForce2D says, most people don't follow news too closely. They end up with a surface level mainstream opinion that was manufactured for them. And most people they know are the same.
When it comes to politics, it's like flicking a switch and they suddenly just start regurgitating these things that they've seen and talking points. And from my perspective, they can't see how incredibly destructive what they're talking about is. If they get their way and there's no more Trumpster, already 20 million came in. You're going to get 30 million, 40, you're going to get a one-party state, and it's going to be like that. And then it's going to be strained infrastructure, all this kind of stuff. But in spite of that, these people are amazing. They're awesome people. I don't know, man. And I love these people, and I got so much from speaking to them. It's very disappointing because I wouldn't put my views out there that strongly to someone I haven't met, because I know that if they think opposite to me politically, that's kind of insulting to them to just come out and say, oh, well, you know, Trump's amazing. It's really like not taking into account how, you know, how these people might live their lives and how arrogant that might sound to someone who's vehemently against that. I address it much more carefully and slowly, you know, get into the political thing. So it is a bit disappointing that they'll put their beliefs out there so strongly. It feels like a lack of empathy that I could never think a certain way like that, and they just assume that. But that aside, they're amazing people, and it just shows that all of this just fighting each other for our political beliefs is it's just a lot of it is, there's so many.
Therefore Miliog says I force 2D absolutely.
We're missing the mark. Both sides are missing the mark so hard in so much of their assumptions about the other side. They really, really, really are, because if they were true, then the other side would just be terrible people, but they're not. They're really often not. Like, most people are just regular people, and then they split politically, and I feel so much of it comes from the propaganda. They probably feel as right as I feel that I'm right, and maybe I'm arrogant in saying this, but I honestly feel that they're just wrong. They're just wrong in dismissing the Trumpster. How could you dismiss someone like that who's protecting the border so hard? Could it be the case that I'm misguided in my beliefs? It's so hard to meet in the middle for that. Okay, I'm wrong. Like, just let immigrants swamp America illegally. I just can't see how that could possibly be right. But the key point I'm making is a lot of the people who you massively politically disagree with are actually really cool people, and you get on with them so well. I think we need to somehow be able to normalize having different political beliefs and polarized political beliefs, like we could in the 90s. Do you remember that in talk shows? I do believe it was much easier to kind of say who you supported without being branded something horrible. I personally believe that the leftist mainstream, the leftism and globalism has become so entrenched in media and business, and just all over the world in infrastructure, whether it's healthcare or whatever, education, whatever, that politics has become far more serious and far more polarizing since then, recently. Especially with the other side is like a literal Nazi. That's been happening for a long time, since the 60s or whatever. But it feels like that's gone into overdrive since the Trumpster and since Brexit. I wish we could just casually. It's always been controversial to voice your political opinions when you meet someone new for the first time. I feel now it's more difficult than ever, but I wish we could get on a bit more about it and not be afraid to say what we feel. Otherwise, you're going to get called this horrible person. And it really feels like a lot of that is coming from the left. As I said, if you say you're a Trumpster, you can imagine leftists going batshit crazy. But when a leftist says, I love Biden or I love Kamala, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I think we judge each other too much. And at the very least, we focus. Politics is so freaking important. But there's a time and a place for it. And I think we should live our lives just staying away from politics a bit more, and just enjoying each other for who we are, and just getting back to basic human relations. What do you think? What do you think? Does that make sense?
Brad W says, they don't think. A lot of people don't have an internal monologue. It's a somewhat new psychological concept. There is no thought process and can't discuss ideas with themselves. The NPC is real. Nuka Chronic says, the left's biggest issue is trying to take a moral high ground when there isn't one to take. Example, gender-affirming care. Wolf and Horse says, Pisces, John, you're way too understanding, will give ear to anyone. Brad W says, It's not that they don't want to, it's that they can't. The NPC in the game will never change. They are on both sides. Nuka Chronic says, we're all victims of propaganda. This is why big government is a farce. There are far too many people for this system to continue working as intended. It's inefficient beyond belief. Deep Claw Jedi says, bad enough when it is a friend or nice random acquaintance. Even worse when it is family. I know folks who haven't talked to aunts, uncles or cousins for years, all because of politics. iForce2D says, I think part of the reason they flip out so much is they realize their opinions are not well founded, and they don't want to be forced to argue them out sensibly.
But on it, man, today, and the women I met is a couple. She kept on talking about capitalism and all this, and like banned books. So I know she's up on all the leftist talking points. But the thing is, I try. You know, I didn't say my political opinion at all, but I thought, okay, there is some kind of argument within that, right? Because the whole banning books, they say they're banning books, but what's in the books? I asked one of my best friends that, who's on the Republicans are banning books side of things. And he went mad. Suddenly the cognitive dissonance hit that he's saying you shouldn't ban books, but he knows deep down inside that there's something bad in there, because I could show you some of the books I've bookmarked what's in them. But there is an argument there, which is some people are born, or some people are not straight even if they're quite young, or if you're young, you will come into contact with people like that. So therefore, why not show those things to kids when they're young to kind of normalize it for them? And, you know, so later on, they're not going to be prejudiced or whatever, or like blah, blah, blah. Because my era certainly was harsher towards that kind of bracket than it is now. But in my opinion, that's just turned into creating leftist voters, because it's all about identity politics. And if you identify with that, it's pretty obvious who you're going to vote for. So I don't think that's the kind of stuff should be in school. But I see the argument. It's not just cut and dry. I can see the argument, although I disagree with it. These people are awesome, man. They were super awesome, really good. And it's really interesting, because I feel that they're very progressive and very far from God and spirituality. But there was still a lot of spirituality there. The guy's soul was so rich. It was so rich. So just putting aside the politics and the tribalism, I could feel really good energy from these people. It was a really good experience. And I don't know. I wish I could have talked about my political opinion, but there's no real need to, because it's going to descend into tribalism. Victoria, you menace. I see you menacing down there. What's up, Chantha? Are you new here? Chantha says, we want legal immigration, but we don't want illegal immigration. What's wrong with that? It's common sense. Exactly. And it's like in Japan, right? I've been here for ages. I'm trying to get a permanent visa. Imagine someone just came in here and skipped the queue, and I've been paying all my taxes, slaving away, being a good member of society, and someone else comes in who's not vet. So what? That doesn't feel right. Anything illegal, there's no argument for it. I mean, of course, if the law is incorrect or unjust, it is your duty as a citizen to break that law. John Stuart Mill, one of the godfathers of libertarianism, would certainly attest to that. But I think that's pretty simple stuff. People coming illegally with not much vetting and stuff. I mean, it's pretty common sense. It's pretty common sense. And I feel like the mass illegal migration, it was. I think it was working. You know, it was working, and we did get cool stuff. You know, the Jamaicans came over to London. Yes, they brought yardism and some crime and stuff, but they brought drum and bass, mate. That's wicked. You can't get. And life is not. It's not black and white. It's sometimes you get really good things from places you might not expect. And I got all my favorite music from Jamaica, and that wouldn't happen if there was no like immigration or anything like that. I don't care what anyone says. Drum and bass is one of the coolest things ever created. Make my shit the chronic. Anyways, Chantha, are you new? Where's Chantha? Chantha Hanasana. Where are you from, mate? Okay, yeah, but your comments is too. What is it? Like, it's too triggering for the YouTube algorithm. So gonna nuke the comments. Like nuke a chronic. Okay, there we go. We in control. We in control, yo. California. I meet a lot of people from California. Californians are such wicked people. They're so easy to get on with, and they're so like proud, and they just believe in their place in society, and it's a different breed. But the worst Californians are the people from LA who just tell you about all the people they know and stuff as if you care. It's this weird cultural thing. Like, I know this person and I know that person. Who cares who you know? Who are you? But I get on with Californians pretty well. I think even though it's super, super progressive, I know that I could live out there because I just get on with the people so well. I really do. Oh my god, yeah, Ajay, do you remember in the 90s when the PlayStation was in nightclubs and played drum and bass music? I do. I do. There wasn't much PlayStation being played in the nightclubs I visited in my youth. Make my shit the chronic. Chantha, are you new? How did you find this channel?
Nuka Chronic says, if I woke up in California, I'd start walking east and I wouldn't stop until Texas, lol.
My American trip, it's gonna happen one day. It's gonna happen one day. I so can't wait for that. I so can't wait for that. The menace. I see the menace in the comments. Make my shit the chronic. So are we playing a video game? I feel like we need to play a game. Dude, these cigars though, like, I'm like, is this for real? It smells kind of bad. What, through what video, Chantha? What is up, Chantha? This doesn't smell good. This is like a desperate one. But it looks cool though, the shape. I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but... Right. We have a little small cheeky one. Right, this ashtray is an arboration.
Nuka Chronic says, remember to massacre that like button everyone, lol.
Yeah. I've got a grapefruit, Kerr. Am I going to eat some grapefruit? That would be nice. Alright. I think this could be good. Partagas. 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 Oh shit. Oh really? Thanks for the info. You need to play a game. It's your destiny and your life and purpose. I think it's true. I do like playing video games. It's just, I don't know, man. It's one of my favorite things in life. It gives me so much pleasure. It gives me so much pleasure. Massacre that like button.
Nuka Chronic says, Since we're on politics, what do you think about the streamer Hassan? He openly supports terrorists and Massacre in Israel, but Twitch refuses to ban him. He's a champagne communist Nepo baby.
Yeah, I'm aware of all that. I mean, yeah. He's an interesting character, and he's an interesting player for the left. He's very good looking, he's very handsome, and he's masculine as well. And that's something usually not associated with people on the left. Like, the further left you go, the more progressive you get, the less kind of masculine. It's usually more feminized, especially in media today. So he's an interesting player for them. I mean, I watched some of his meltdown on the election night, which was fun. And he says some outrageous stuff, and so many things he does are like raw capitalist. I mean, he was promoting the Assassin's Creed game for an insane amount of money, which is not quite the whole. Like he's more than willing to take what he feels he's worth in order to promote something. I didn't see him giving that money to the marginalized gaming community.
I was wondering if you were gonna comment about the lady in the park that gave no up phase about using certain words.
Oh, that.
Nuka Chronic says, to me, he represents everything wrong with the left, masculine or not.
It's not, I mean, dude, the guy wants communism, basically. If he had that, he wouldn't exist, because his platform is part of the end game of capitalism. If you're in a system where the market is so free that you can get paid just for existing in front of a lens, then you are the poster boy for capitalism. So if he got his wish, he'd be one of the first people to have his livelihood taken away from him, because it's to each according to his need, from each according to his ability. He's an entertainer, and he's not actually producing anything for the system. It's a luxury. It's a luxury that we can enjoy only in the late stage fruits of a capitalist system. So he essentially wants to destroy himself by doing that. But as long as he's pushing communist propaganda, then he would be allowed to continue that to a certain degree. But then people wouldn't really want to watch it because it's not authentic. This is good.
Nancy McShane says, it all comes down to libs not being willing to admit they are wrong. Their life would be like a house of cards, and all fall down. iForce2D says, if somebody gave me as much money as Hassan has, I would become a communist too. Nuka Chronic says, I love idiots who manufacture their own extinction and then wonder why they don't exist anymore. Lol.
There's so much of this, but one thing I have noticed is people, the further left you go, it seems like the more medded up people are, because it's always someone else's fault. It's not my fault, it's the system's fault. Man is born perfect and it's taken away by corruption and evil men and oppressors. So because it's always someone else's fault, I can't rectify it, so I'm helpless. And I think that's the pathway to taking meds and self-medicating, all this stuff. The other way is individual responsibility to myself. And I need to take responsibility for my actions. And if I don't feel good, it's not about meds, it's about changing my life. So I do notice a lot of that on the left, a lot of medded stuff. It seems to go hand in hand. It's not a coincidence, it's a real thing, Kerr. It's a real thing. Mate, Arsenal. I stayed up to watch that. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I stayed up to watch that. And I said, when I stay up to watch these late games, not only does it screw your sleeping pattern, but also you lose and you feel miserable. It's so brutal. Do you know how long it's been since we've been in the Champions League semi-final, the premier competition of football in the world for club football? 16 years. So the next time we're in a semi-final, I might be 58 years old. That's how. So you can imagine how I felt about getting knocked out of the semis when we had a real good chance. The other team in it wasn't that good. We lost. We lost basically. Wow, this is really good. This is great. Mate, I'm on cloud nine. I'm on cloud nine. I do know how to enjoy myself. It's with you, a black coffee, a cigar. It's my shit. It makes my shit the chronic. I love it. Man. I'm easy to please. I'm easy to please. Dude, if I ever get the wifey, let's say I marry some chick and she's absolutely coined or whatever. She's entrepreneurial, right? To buy me a present would be so fucking easy. Do you know what you do? Do you know what you do, darling? Romeo and Julieta, White Churchill, my favorite cigar. Buy me a box of 25. Buy me a box. Dude, it actually cost $1,000. If you got me a box of 25 of those, open that up. I will love you forever. A nice box of moist. Get me a humidor. Get me some cigar accessories. Whatever. It would be freaking unbelievable. Be amazing. Be the happiest person ever. I'm obsessed with Cuban cigars, man. I'm proper addicted. I'm obsessed with it. I just love it. I could go so deep into it. Such a fiend for nicotine now. Oh, Lord.
iForce2D says, got it. Johnny likes a nice moist box.
iForce2D. This one's good.
Arthur Shaw says, howdy folks.
Arthur!
Nuka Chronic says, we need to get you a bust of Churchill lol. Another Brit who loved cigars.
This is it. I just keep saying this to somehow justify and validate my addictive behavior. He smoked 10 to 12 a day, and now I know why he does it, because it gives you this mellow. It's a nootropic, and it does something to the brain. It gives you this mellow vibe, and it slows you down when you're talking and shit. It's definitely, I don't know, it does something. This is great. Partagas.
Says, hope you all are doing great.
Thank you, my man. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Wow, this is delicious, Kerr. This is proper. Okay, are we going to play a game? I feel like it's time. Do we have enough time to play a game? I mean, I've only got 5 hours. Is that enough time? All right, let's have a vote. We vote for the game we're going to play. Let's see. Okay, here we go, y'all. Start a poll. What game to play? Choose carefully.
Johnny, I really wanted to see your reaction to the GTA 6 second trailer. Too bad you didn't do a separate video on that.
Which game? I missed that. It was like blocked.
iForce2D says, the trains sound just like your lighter when you fire up the cigar a bit. When I'm not looking, I can hardly tell the difference.
I'm not sure I want to play a Resident Evil game though. Like, I'm not sure I want that now. That one, Kirby on the NES, Civilization 5, and What would be a good one? What would be a good one to play?
Arthur Shaw says, Ajay, I am doing fine as well. Thanks for asking. Thefamiliog says Resident Evil.
Okay, I'll put. But which Resident Evil though? Which Resi are we gonna play? I know, Dino Crisis. Here's a poll. Please vote for the game to play. It should really be Bloodborne. Like, we should just go straight back into it.
Arthur Shaw says, Ajay, thanks. Bro, I will check it out right now.
Resident Evil 6. Oh my god, it's so bad. I was playing that with a friend. I think I told you. And it was just insanely bad.
Says whichever you want to play, but I'd also be down for Dino Crisis.
That feels like of that era. We had a lot of fun with those games. But you know what? The next one is. It's Resident Evil 1 Remake. That's actually the next one. Everyone wants Bloodborne. That makes sense. Bloodborne makes a lot of sense. Bloodborne makes sense. That is the game. Yeah, you're right, Ajay. You're right. Whew. This is great. This is a really good one. Partigus. This is called the 25. Partigus 25. Partigus sounds quite epic. Yes, Series D, I think it is. Is it a Series D? I had the wrap. I should keep the wrapper.
Luca Chronic says, we are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood.
Mate, we're going to Bloodborne. Partigus D. I think it's D. A Series, that's what it is. Series D. 25S. Number 4. I think it's a number 3. No, that is what it is. I've actually got it on my phone. I did put this in there. Short 25. Shorts. I don't even know. Anyways, it's good, whatever the hell it is. It's called a short. It's just called a short. It's a banger. Alright, what we playing then, y'all? What are we playing? It's Bloodborne. 6 votes. Is that we got 13 concurrent viewers with 6 votes? If you're listening, if you can hear me, can you vote, please, within the special box inside the YouTube chat, there's a box you can vote for the game we're going to play. If you could do that now, we'd much appreciate it. We've only had 6 votes. And there's 13 concurrent viewers. This is top, tip top. Real nice. Proper. 9 votes. Okay, thank you for heeding the call. Okay, we're playing Bloodborne then. Wicked. Okay, let me set this live stream up. I'll load it into the chamber. Create. Go live. Schedule stream. Let's play Bloodborne. Part 4. 30 frames per second hate play. Nice. Okay. We've got to set this up on I think man, we had the world at our feet. I got monetized on the gaming YouTube and then it got demonetized. 17 people watching. I'm blessed. Man, this cigar is real good. This is proper. Feeling this one. Okay. Bloodborne. Part 4. Okay. 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 So I'm going to duck out and I'll be... But do you know what, though? I can give you the link right now. So you can hop on over there. Not miss out. All right, here's the link, everyone. Put it right here. What's up, Rumper? What do you mean had to search for my nickname? Rumper. I mean, what else are you going to search for?
Brad W says, Impact was driving.
All right, links in the chat, everyone. Link is in the chat. If you go on over there, we're going to be doing live gaming in like 5 minutes. Links in the chat. See you lot there in a second. Thanks for a wicked cheeky live stream, number 138. The fun continues in 5 minutes. Cheers, everyone. And I'll be seeing ya.